Ashantí, she can do it all. Hair, beauty, lifestyle, everything you want. Ashantí, know she a boss from the way that she walks in a Fenty lip gloss. Last name ever, first name Flash. Way to crown perfect, she not even trying. If I said someone did it better, I'd be lying. Hey, 200-300 beats going crazy.
What's good, and welcome back or welcome to my channel. If you're new, my name is Victoria or Victoria Ashantí, and thank you for tuning in today. Today I have a very exciting video for you all. I don't know if you heard of Alyssa Ashley. She's really big on YouTube, Twitter, Instagram. She's just big in general. But she started like this makeup therapy session, and since y'all know I don't do makeup like that, I thought I'd do my edition and do a therapy session. So that's what we're doing today. I will be, my hair is freshly washed. I had a little deep conditioner or mask in it. I just got out of the shower, and right now I'm just gonna braid it up and talk to you all, be as transparent, as candid as I would like to be in this first session. But yes, so thank you for tuning in. I hope you enjoy the video. You know, before we get into it, I'm rushing through this intro fast because I really don't want it to be a super long video, and we know I can talk. But how are y'all doing? You know, I thought this was a great kind of segment I want to introduce to my channel because, you know, I try to check up on your mental health, so I thought it's only fair for me to be as candid and transparent as I said before to you all. So yes, let me know down below how you're doing, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe while you're here, and let's get right into that video. So today's topic, I'm gonna try to, I don't know how well I can work and talk, but you know, we're gonna get through it. So this is my hair, you know, freshly washed, and I don't have any twist cream or anything like that, so I will be just using this Camille Rose Honey Leave-In Conditioner. It's my first time trying it. I just picked it up, and I don't know why I didn't pick up no twisting stuff, so yeah. So for this video, I think what I felt like it was right to unpack 2020. Just my experiences, my overall, you know, how I felt during 2020, you know, what 2020 did to me. Y'all get where I'm going with this. I'm just unpacking 2020. So I'm going to try to go in like a chronological order as best as I can. And if you see me looking this way, it's because my mirror's right here. You know the drill. This viewfinder is not big enough for me to do this. So yeah. So first things first, 2020. I feel like it's been a hell of a year for everybody, but especially those who graduated. Cough, cough, me. Yes, if you did not know, I graduated with my bachelor's in May, or I was supposed to. Well, I still got the degree, so I graduated, period. But I was not able to walk. I had to finish my semester at home. That's where I am now. I moved away from where I went to college. San Diego State, if you're wondering. But yeah, so that was a huge experience. I definitely feel like I was robbed because, you know, you work so hard those 4 years. Honestly, like, of course for the degree, but definitely to walk across a stage. You feel me? So I definitely feel like I was robbed. I'm obviously not the only one. I think a lot of people made the best out of this situation. They did the little drive-by things, but, you know, to keep it 100, that's just not the same thing as having a whole ceremony that you were expecting to have as, you know, you graduated. And obviously there's no one to blame other than, you know, coronavirus. But I don't know, that definitely had me feeling some type of way. I just felt like, damn, my whole college career just ended so abruptly. I didn't even get to say bye to like half the people like I was messing with, you feel me, like my friends and all that. It just kind of, we just kind of went our separate ways, and the ones I'm still in contact with obviously are still in the picture. I just think I kind of started off the year displaced. Well, as soon as I knew this whole outbreak happened and I came back home, I knew I wasn't going to be able to walk. I really didn't expect to walk. but it's just definitely like, the 4 years I for sure expected to walk. Like, I don't want to say this is what I was working towards, but it's just one of those. I guess I can't say monumental moment because it is monumental. It's a huge accomplishment, and that's something you want to do. So I won't say that set the tone, but that definitely threw me off at the beginning of the year. So moving on, 2020 in terms of police brutality, not only in the U.S. but abroad, has definitely, brought the black community more allyship. But my problem is, people are too complacent with being allies. And by an ally, I mean someone who says, I stand with black people who are in solidarity with, the black community. But beyond that, what are they doing? I thought this was an opportunity to kind of, develop more advocates, more active advocates. And I don't mean, everyone has to be on the front line protesting, but you can be, at home in your room donating, telling your parents, your friends about it, things they can do to get more active in the community. And I don't think I sound like a hypocrite because I was not personally one of those people on the front lines protesting and things like that, but I was definitely an organizer, donating to organizations where I can. I even still do through my business, just because that's something I want to do. And it's kind of like, if you have the means to do so, why not? This is not something that just happened in 2020. It's not exclusive to 2020. So, I'm a ride for my people. And as for my advocacy, I think that comes through, my work. Like right now, I'm in grad school getting my MPH in public health, because my ultimate goal is to do research, and more specifically on the black community, to alleviate health disparities, definitely bring health equity, because I feel like that is a huge part in not only our treatment, but just overall outcomes, health, societal, all of the above. And I definitely saw this as an opportunity for more people to get active. And being someone who feels so passionate, obviously, about my people, our, future in this country and abroad, because let's keep it 100, the stuff that was happening in Africa did not just happen now. It's been happening for a while, but we have this way of making things trends, which I just don't think is cool. I'm not with that. Definitely not with that. And it's like, I don't know. Definitely need to do better. And one way I try to keep the, I don't want to say thought alive, but you get what I'm trying to say. You feel me? Is like in my YouTube links, I be putting links to places I've donated to. Not only, and there's like a huge doc for things you can do for Black Lives Matter. Even if it's dated, I'm pretty sure half those funding things have not met their goal, because like I said, it was a trend. Once, the next big thing came around, people wasn't really tripping off it. So I think there is still room for people to educate themselves, and if they really about it, be about it. And that's just that on that. That is how I feel. Definitely think there is room to do more. And I even like aspire to do more. I don't ever want to be complacent with, oh, I donate. That's a pat on the back. Like, definitely I could do more. I think definitely momentum was gained, but it should have never been lost. You feel me? And I'm with abolishing. Let me just throw that in there. Period. Not defunding the police. Abolishing. And this is not like a new idea that has been brought to the community. Like, if you do your research, it's been around, don't quote me on this, but I think even before the civil rights, let's keep it 100. Because because, you know, this stuff is not new. It's taught. It's generational. But yeah, back to, you know, more specifically to me, I just wanted to, you know, bring that up because definitely think that's something. I'm unpacking 2020, and these are, you know, kind of things I went through, had to discuss with myself, realize things that, you know, hurt my feelings, had the potential to, and just got me thinking on how I can move forward out of this year and be the person I want to be. So what's next? So I graduated, period, class of 2020. You know, America been racist. But, you know, let's not forget about our brothers and sisters abroad. I guess, you know, I mentioned that I'm in grad school right now. I'm getting my MPH, or I'm pursuing my MPH. And for those of you who don't know, that's a Master's in Public Health. If I said that. But, you know, I love it. I am finishing up my first semester. I am not done yet. I got one take-home final I need to turn in. It's done though. And 2 finals that I need to take. And then I'll be done with my first semester. And I'm excited. Like, I genuinely love what I do. Like I said, my goal is health disparities research, and I've definitely been exposed to a lot of that this semester, which obviously is why I'm excited. That is one on my face. So yeah, definitely enjoying that. But one thing, I don't know if it's the type of person I am, but one thing I noticed in grad school, or it's probably the transition to like online school or virtual, whatever, to Zoom, but I feel like at this graduate level, we should not be complaining as much as individuals in my cohort have complained. And the complaints are very, I don't know. I know this transition has been different for everybody. I know everyone has different things going on in their life. But I think at the end of the day, if you sign up for something, if you're paying to get an education, you need to be proactive in that. Definitely. And be considerate of everyone else. Because if, in my opinion, it sounds like you're not good at managing your time, you're wasting everyone else's time. Period. Like, and I don't want to, I'm not in no means, way, shape, or form saying like I'm the best time management person. I had no problems this semester, blah, 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 blah. But if it's me getting an assignment in on time, then that's definitely a personal problem, not something I need to be speaking to the professor about. Because, I don't know. I just feel like since everything's online, the seriousness that some people bring to the table is just not the same as if it would have been in the classroom. They think, oh, it's going to be a lot easier, whatever. But I also think, you know, the professors are a lot more lenient when people do say something. So I'm like, y'all are just taking advantage of that because, you know, they think this has to do with Zoom or it being online, but it's really just, I don't know. But focusing on me, I definitely, I'm gonna keep it 100. I barely like read books in my undergrad. I was not really about that. But coming into a higher level of education, I'm really proud of the work that I put in. I'm proud of the knowledge I've gained and the way I've been able to apply it. The connections I've made. I don't know if y'all, whoever's watching this, is familiar with like master's programs. there's usually a thesis or a comp track. A thesis is you have to write a thesis, meaning like your own research project, and then a comp is you just take a big ass test. And I've chose to go down the thesis track because, as I mentioned, I want to do I want to pursue a career in research. So I thought, this is the best opportunity for me to put myself in that field. Just kind of start here because I am going to get a PhD, period. Dr. Victoria Ashantí to you. But yeah, I got to start somewhere. And I've had people tell me like, oh, you don't have to do that in order to get a PhD. Like, it's just extra work, da 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 da. And I'm one of those people who I never, worked smarter. I worked harder. So, I'm down for the challenge. Very, like, I'm driven by, challenges. Things that are very easy don't motivate me. They just, get done. You feel me? So, I'm with the whole challenge. But I definitely feel like at this time I'm a little bit behind because I don't know. It's just a very, I won't say complicated process, but very, it needs to be done in a timely manner or else, it's going to take longer than you would like it to. And plus, everything being online and affected by COVID, a lot of the data I have to use is archival, meaning it's already been collected. So I have to develop, research based on what's already out there and go from there. So that's another thing. I can't really, conduct my own project. But I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. This is, the start. This is where it all starts. But yeah, I'm enjoying grad school. I can't wait to see where it goes. I'm definitely trying to finish on time. That means 2022. But I'm definitely doing a lot. But yeah, in 2020, I think, that's one thing I've done is I've had the time to pursue things that I've only really thought of. Like, that squeak is my chair. I feel like, I hope y'all know that. I know it's annoying, my bad. But yeah. Like, as I was saying, I was able to start a YouTube channel. And if you know me, baby, you know that I've been trying to start a YouTube channel for years. Since maybe like sophomore year of high school. And I actually have a really old clip that I'm thinking about doing like a reaction video to my first ever YouTube video. I have like this 50 facts about me literally from high school. I've been wanting to start YouTube for so long just because I feel like I'm one of those people, and I say this often, like I need my own TV show. And, but I think what was stopping me was one, obviously time. I went to college. I definitely thought I had to, be very professional. When I do something, I don't want it to look like half-assed or anything like that. I put a lot of time and thought into it. So I feel like I didn't have the time to really sit down and do what I wanted to do for, my channel. And then I did. And I started doing YouTube videos. And, I liked it. I got people from high school, people from college, like DMing me like, hey, like, I like your videos. I watch your videos. And I'm like, that's cool. I appreciate that. I really do. And, I just feel like, I don't know, this is like a space that I was always drawn to. I don't really watch TV. It's really hard for me to get into shows and like finish them. But I was just kind of drawn to the realness of like, vlogs. I don't know. Definitely like fashion. I watch like videos on clothes. Like that's just the kind of stuff that I was into. It still am, that's what I watch. And that's on period. Because, I just like that. And then 2020 allowed me, let me say this. it's gonna turn into like a little rant. I guess I've been ranting in between, my little, just expressing my thoughts. I'm just talking. So thank you for listening. But one of my biggest pet peeves about YouTube though is the fact that a woman, girl, etc. can come on and say, hey guys, so many times, or guys this, guys that, knowing that their audience is primarily women. That is a pet peeve because they're just not being conscious of, how they address their audience, truthfully, honestly. And it's even the ones who are, air quote, woke, try to be, inclusive. They're just not using inclusive language. And obviously I know, not a lot of people learned this, but it's 2020, almost 2021. These are things you should think about. And maybe somebody just hasn't brought it up to them, but I still don't think that's an excuse for them not to realize how, exclusive that is. Because, I say this, I've had this like conversation before with people, but I'm like, if you walk up to any of these influencers and you're like, what's up, guy? I feel like, they'd feel some type of way. Like, what'd you say? Why'd you call me that? So why is it okay for them to dress their audience as such? Me personally, I say you all, y'all. I try to, if I ever say guys, correct me because, I'm just not with that. I'm definitely open to the critique, the criticism, because I'm not with that. I feel like I've learned, and so I apply it. That's really all it takes. But yeah, so I'm talking about in 2020 what I've accomplished. I've started a business, a little self-care business. I say I specialize in natural hair and skincare, but I was able to start a business that is, still going on. I won't say it has, huge momentum, but it's enough for me to maintain while being a full-time student and, making videos. So, I'm proud of my business, my baby right there. I definitely want to expand and stuff like that. Like I'm working on a face mask, custom bonnets. I started like a little starter pack, so many versions of the 3 main products that I made, and I just enjoy it. That's just something I like to do. I'm, blessed to have a mom that was very supportive of this endeavor, and I'm here, and I'm proud of it. And I don't know if you see my last video, but in the description box below, I have a discount code strictly for the people who go to the website from YouTube. So if you found about me or my company through web, or what I'm trying to say, if you go shop from here, then you got a little discount code down below. It's the least I can do because I'm always plugging myself and I will never stop. So go shop Simply Your Beauty. So what's next? 2020 has definitely given me the space to create boundaries with friends. This is a big one because I don't know, I'm a very independent person. I don't mind not having a huge circle because I don't. You know who I rock with, y'all seen Jenna, my boyfriend, and a couple other friends that I'm tight with, they know who they are. But everyone else kind of, I had to develop boundaries because mainly, look, I'm gonna let y'all in. I be calling them chameleons. And chameleons are people who change up how they act, how they treat you, or how they even just, interact based on the environment or the people around them. And that's not how I move. That's not cute to me. It's very, wishy-washy. I think it reveals, I don't want to say insecurities, but you're very unsure of yourself. And I think that kind of comes off in the way in your relationships. And I'm not someone who would just like, tell someone my whole life straight off the bat. Like, that's just not how I work. But I am a listener. I'm a very, good listener. I think so, at least. I think I'm a good listener because, the conversations I have with people tend to be one-sided. And I think, being someone who is on the talkative side of that conversation, it is your responsibility to, reciprocate the listener, or even, notice when everything is just about you. And I'm the type of person, I'm not really going to trip, but I'm definitely going to have to develop boundaries, because that's not a healthy relationship to be in for either person. And yeah, so I think, that's what 2020 has revealed, is definitely just, creating or establishing boundaries for people and not feeling bad for doing so. I, don't feel bad about prioritizing my mental health or my feelings, preserving my feelings. What's the boundaries? I really can't feel bad because nothing I did was bad. It's probably, one of the best decisions I did, being put in a situation like that. So yeah, but and then it's like, when you create these boundaries, I feel like, obviously people will definitely take offense and they will act accordingly. They will really show out. And it's like, it just proves more of your point why you needed those boundaries. And that's just that on that. That on that. So, never feel bad for having boundaries. Yeah. And I feel like, real friends understand the boundaries and they accept it, because they're not going to push you. They want to be around you for who you are. So, I am 22. Oh, I am 23. I'm lying to myself. I am lying to myself. I am 23. And I am currently in the longest, actually, my first relationship. And it's going on a year. You feel me? Went from zero, like from nothing to something real quick. Not like real quick, but I'm just like, I went from, never having a significant other to being in a year-long relationship. Our relationship is based off of communication, compromise, period. I feel like, that's really how we make it work. We just be talking and understand, well, talking and listening, and then, I wouldn't even say changing, but improving for the other person. And I think, you're in a very extremely healthy relationship. Like, obviously, we go through things, nothing crazy yet, but, we've gone through things. And, worked through them. And, I'm just, really happy. Definitely think, it's a high point of 2020. Yeah, I mean, I don't really want to go too much in depth. But, he's like my best friend. So I think that's why, this really works. Okay, so I'm back. I did this side. And now I'm going to finish this side and finish our conversation because we were rudely interrupted, okay? So going back to, my relationship and, it being the longest, I wouldn't say I'm exposing myself, but like, I'll give you a little bit more background because, I feel comfortable. So, there are many, factors that play into why this was like my first like relationship. As I mentioned before, I'm an extremely independent person, and it's a lot easier to worry about yourself than it is to worry about someone else, especially like, in that kind of way, I guess. like giving emotional support and just being there to that level outside of, a friendship. And growing up, I was the big girl, the chubby girl. And while people don't want to admit it, they are definitely fat phobic. Like, I had a lot of guy friends. People say, I have a great personality, but, no one ever took it that far. I'm pretty sure, because of my size. And then in college, when I started to lose all this weight and I had, a body that was socially acceptable, people started, liking me for different ways, not my personality, but my looks. And that was a huge kind of, I don't want to say a wake up call, but I wasn't with that because, I was the same person I was when I was chubby, when I lost weight. You know what I mean? So it's definitely an eye opener to see how people treat you based off your physical appearance. And yeah, so I never really, trusted dudes after that because I'm like, oh, they just want me because I look good kind of thing. And it's like, I know I look good, but why would I give you my time if I know that's all you want or the main reason you're here? So, yeah, I, that's how I saw men, relationships. I'd rather focus on myself, my success, my growth, my school, like all this other stuff, because no one has shown me a reason to kind of give them my time. So I got all my time. And then, then I got in a relationship, long story short. Maybe I'll go in depth on that in another video, but not this one. My main goal of bringing it up was just to say, I'm going on a year, y'all. That is huge for me. I guess, I'm just proud of myself. I'm proud that I'm enjoying my time because this is like my first time experiencing a real like relationship, having a boyfriend, doing all that little cute stuff. So, I think, yeah, I enjoy it now. I think I was more ready now than I have been in the past, definitely. And I knew it was real when I started to, make time. Like I said, I didn't give nobody else my time because was it worth it? No. So, that's that. And that kind of leads me into my next topic, and that is, weight loss in a panoramic. Or not even weight loss, my bad. Like just gaining weight or just weight in general during a panoramic. If y'all haven't seen that meme, it's gonna call the pandemic a panoramic. Maybe I'll insert it. But yeah, as I said, like I used to be real chubby and then I lost weight, and I think I just lost weight just because like unconsciously I was making better decisions. Going to school, I was walking a lot more. I was getting the exercises I needed on a daily basis. My calorie intake was less than my, calorie exhausted or whatever, the exercise I took. So, let's see if I can put this behind my ear. I truthfully did not even see or like notice me losing weight because I am such a internal type of person. Like, I don't know, I've always like wanted to lose weight, but in my head, I work like as a child, I'd go to like a nutritionist or I'd work super hard, but I'd never see results. And I guess it came a time where I wasn't trying to see no results and I was just like doing me, happy in my body. Like, don't get it twisted. I've always been confident no matter how I look, like, period. Like, don't try me. But, there just came a time where I just wasn't thinking about that. I was just focused on other things. And I ended up losing a whole bunch of weight. And my family noticed. My best friend noticed and stuff like that. And then I was like, man, did I really? And then I was like, okay, my clothes do fit different. I'm wearing different clothes. Like, the sizes I buy are smaller, I guess. Like, so yeah. You know how people be like, all the like little sizes are gone because larger people buy it and stretch it out. I'm one of those people. I'll buy something that's not in my size, stretch it out, it look cute, it look better on me. So, you know, blame me. I don't care. But I guess when I was doing that, it started to like fit more, I guess. So yeah, so during this whole pandemic thing, when I came home, I became a lot more, you know, stationary, not move. At first, I was still trying to, you know, focus on the weight or like focus on, because after I realized I lost weight, I think I tried to, you know, keep it off, you know, maintain. And then I came home and I was about it for like a month or two, and then I kind of gave up. Like I wasn't doing anything. And then I think, you know, since this whole pandemic started in general, I was just more concerned about my weight or just trying to stay the smallest size that I've ever been because, like, you know, I experienced what it was like to be small and big. And, you know, obviously, like I said, people are fat phobic. So the way people treat you is better when you're smaller than when you're larger. It's what I'm saying. Point blank, period. You can't deny it. And, you know, that's a shame. So I think, you know, I was trying to kind of maintain that small physique. And then I lost it and I started gaining weight. And I kind of like, you know, self-deprecation, you know, talking bad about yourself, saying all this and that. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, I wake up and be like, oh, I look good. And then I'll be chilling all day, eat what I want, and be like, I'm getting fat. And honestly, I don't really know why I say, I think, you know, it's like I'm unconsciously scared to go back to like the original weight because, you know, that's just the old me. And that could have easily been like some baby fat that just fell off. But I don't know. I think definitely in a pandemic, you blame yourself for your weight outcomes because, you know, everyone's like, oh, we in the house, we got all this time now, da 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 da. But I'm like, you know, I go to school, I'm doing all these other extracurricular things, and you know, that's not an excuse, but it's just like you definitely have to. I'm not even gonna be like sound all profound. My boyfriend was just kind of, you know, he told me this basically. It's like you got to recognize that we are in a pandemic. Like everything that we used to know is no longer reality. Like this is a new reality. You should not feel bad about the changes your body undergoes. Like just take it as an experience. And then moving forward, if that's something you want to change, figure out the best way for you to do that. But yeah, like, you know, I preach body positivity in the sense that I'm like, you know, been there. I don't really like the whole titles of fat, skinny. They're very subjective, very based on perspective. You know, social media obviously plays a factor in that. Because even like going back to not trusting men because they just like me of how I look, like y'all know my body type. I already, you know, check out my pretty little thing, try on haul or like other videos, you know. I call it bottom heavy. I'm very, you know, smaller on the top and larger on the bottom. And that is very, you know, trendy. Like people definitely want to look like that. Girls want to look like that, and women want to look like that, and men want their women to look like that. So definitely, you know, but like I've had this whole body type my whole life, and I've not always gotten the reaction that is currently in trend. But I got off topic. But yeah, so I don't know if anyone else is just kind of, I don't say struggling with their weight or just things like that. I think it's fair to, you know, first acknowledge that we are in a pandemic, and then, you know, that you are fine just the way you are. But if you're trying to change and, you know, air quote, improve for, you know, health purposes or any other, you know, for personal things. And yeah, another thing, don't change for nobody but yourself. Period. Like that does not need no explanation. So, you know, moving forward, 2021, what I want to get at. I think 2021, I definitely just want to definitely focus on perfecting my crafts, the things I've started in 2020. Just work more towards that. Yeah, that's one of the main things. I don't know if I really have resolutions, but I always, aspire to, aspire to gain some type of knowledge and apply it to my life in a productive manner. So always, trying to become a better me. Yeah, I don't want to say in 2021 I want to branch out and do more things because, I already do a lot, to be honest. So I just want to be able to, I don't want to say better manage, but definitely, be extremely comfortable with what I have on my plate before I go for seconds. You feel me? Period. That was a good one. That's a good analogy. One thing too that I really enjoyed about 2020 is the room or the time I've had to do my hair. I like, doing my hair. It's very therapeutic to me, hence, therapy. So having the time to kind of work on styles that I want to perfect is I like it. But yeah. Okay, so if you got this far, first of all, I want to thank you for listening to me and giving me the space to kind of have this therapy session. I appreciate you. And, if you like it, go ahead and subscribe. I'll be doing these more often. I enjoyed it myself. This is how my braids turned out. This is just, my protective style of the week. Maybe I'll do something over it next week or something, but I'm definitely leaving it like this. But that is the end of this video. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for watching it if you did make it all the way to the end. I know it is a lengthy one, but I enjoyed my time, so thank you. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Maybe check out some of my other videos. I do, a lot of hair vlogs. Go check out the channel. But thank you, and I will see you in my next video.